Amid the pandemic, food prices have been increasing in China. A netizen shared this video clip showing Chinese people competing to purchase pork. A netizen replied, "This happened at the grand opening of a market in Qingfeng County of Guidang City in Guangxi Province. The price was 17 yuan per catty." A netizen replied, "At my place, the price is 28 yuan per catty. There are still people competing to purchase them, so of course, understandably, 17 yuan is a very low price." A netizen shared this headline from a Chinese local newspaper. This was published on January 21st. It said that despite the increase for prices of eggs, meat, and vegetables, there is sufficient supply to meet the market demand. A netizen replied with a few terminologies typically used by the CCP in its media reports and explained the true meaning behind each of them. For example, when it says a moderate increase, they are actually implying a sharp increase. When it promotes orderly usage of electricity, it is referring to limiting use of electricity. In describing the economy amid COVID, it often mentions dual circulation, but in reality, what is actually referred to is locking down and shutting down the country. And when the word republic is being used to describe China, the exact opposite is being referred to, as China has never been a republic under the communist rule. A netizen shared about a student living in the suburban area in Sichuan. On January 12th, while teaching a class, the teacher, Miss Lin, noticed that frostbites are all over a student's hands, but he didn't seem to care about them as he has been focusing on his homework. Later, when this teacher checked the entire class, she realized that all the students have frostbites on their hands. When she asked them whether they feel any pain or not, the students all responded no. But according to Miss Lin, she saw blood on their hands. It must have been painful, but perhaps they said no because they didn't want me to feel worried. There was no heating equipment. Most of the students were left behind children. Their parents are mostly working in the urban area. These children in turn shouldered the responsibility of doing all the farm work after returning home. Their hands are soaked in cold water for an extended period of time. This is likely how the frostbites came about. She typically prepares hand cream for the students. However, they were not helpful for the frostbites. She paid visits to the pharmacy and purchased medicine for them. These students are 4th graders. A netizen replied, "Despite this, these kids' parents may not necessarily care about them. One of my friends, who I have not been in touch with lately, his son has been staying at his hometown in Anhui for many years. However, he did not even think of bringing his child to the city. He appeared to be very patriotic and understanding of the Chinese government. That he also agreed the children of workers like him should not be brought to the city because it would be burdensome for the government, as well as the local schools." A netizen shared a recent edition of Jinan Daily published on January 19th. The headline said that a major milestone has been achieved in China's economic development trajectory. It said that the consecutive increase in China's GDP is a true miracle in the development history of humanity. It in particular noted that China's GDP in 2020 has increased 2.3% comparing with 2019's. A netizen shared that according to Sasha Gong, after Trump took office, he has been hoping to replace the then director of Voice of America. However, the reappointment process has not been smooth due to legal constraints. It wasn't until about 2 months ago that Robert Riley, Trump's nominee of director for the VOA, officially took office. However, recently, immediately after Biden was inaugurated, he was forced to resign. Riley said that this move was illegal and demanded a fair and due process, but he was escorted out of VOA's headquarters by security guards. A netizen replied, "If it wasn't Biden, but Trump that did this, it is in no doubt that all the legacy media outlets in America will label this move as distracting democracy and call Trump a threat to democracy." A netizen shared this video clip featuring Xu Xiaonian, a professor of economics and finance at China-Europe International Business School. This is from an interview that he did a few years back. in which he revealed the true driving force behind China's economic miracle. He explained why he thought it wasn't at all due to Chinese government's intervention, but the exact opposite.
比如说刚刚从世行回到国内的经济学家林毅夫老师，他就倡导这个新结构经济学他也曾经被人们反问说，你怎么就能知道政府去主导一些新结构的建设，他就比市场要更了解情况呢？他说，因为政府拥有更多的智库啊，更多的专家资源啊，他也能够更高的从全面的角度去看问题啊，有更宏观的视角，更完备的数据。您怎么看待这样的观点？
这个对中国经济改革稍有一点理解的人，稍有一点了解的人都知道。OK， 中国经济7、8年以来所取得的这些成就，不是这个政府更了解经济，不是政府能够更高瞻远瞩，而是政府不断的向后退，不断的向后退。政府退出农村，农村就繁荣了；政府退出城镇经济，城镇经济就繁荣了。不可能，政府怎么可能比民间有更多的信息？怎么能够比民间更高瞻远瞩呢？政府高瞻远瞩的把光伏企业搞成今天这个样子，政府高瞻远瞩的把风能行业搞成今天这个样子。你再给我举什么例子？政府高瞻远瞩的把哪些行业给搞起来了？我看到的全都是政府高瞻远瞩的把这些行业给毁了呀！如果我们认为政府比市场聪明，是吧？我们7、8年没有必要搞改革 ，OK。7、8年的时候，你让国家纪委就去高瞻远瞩的计划就行了。我们为什么要改革？我们为什么要把国家纪委解散了，把国家经委也解散了？就是因为我们知道，搞经济，政府绝对不如市场，啊，就是因为政府不如市场啊，所以我们才提出的口号是让市场发挥配置资源的基础性作用，打破政府这个对资源的垄断，把资源从政府手中解放出来，让市场发挥更大的作用。就靠
A netizen replied, "A cornerstone of effective governance is providing ample development opportunities for the ordinary people, instead of imposing all kinds of limitations, nor implementing all types of plans. The role that governments should play is to serve."
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high